Hello everyone. This session we are going to discuss on HTML5. When I say HTML5, HTML5 is latest. So earlier in legacy there were HTML, but it wasn't supporting for all browsers. So now HTML5 is latest, which has supported for which is supported by all browsers. And HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, which is represented by uh, these tags on the top first, and then we need to declare HTML tag. And for every tag, when you start, we need to close the HTML tag also. See, if this HTML is open, if you want to close this tag, you specify just this the forward slash. I think this forward slash, right? So in HTML there are three sections. There is a parent HTML tag and head and body. Okay, and there is also footer. We can so footer means on the bottom, very bottom. This example, this section is footer, right? On the header could be this section example, and this could be the body. The white color, the thing is body and head. So just to reiterate, HTML, head, body, footer. So these are, yeah. So this title is nothing but on your browser. Okay, I will come to that point. And so as I said, HTML is nothing but hypertext markup language. It's also a kind of programming language. And for documents, actually, like loading the pages in web browser, we use HTML. It can be assisted by technologies such as CSS and scripting language such as JavaScript. So this is for displaying components and elements, right, in the web page. And for CSS means cascading style sheet. Example, if you want to change color of the body to sky blue, you put that color style up, you put that up, you apply that style to the body. So that is kind of CSS. I'll come to that point, CSS. And Bootstrap 5 is a CSS, materialized CSS, which is developed by Twitter. Which is developed by Twitter. Yeah, for sure. This is CSS built on top of HTML. So you don't need to write your custom CSS, like putting that in the styles or changing the color. If you just apply the class names to your HTML, that CSS will be applied automatically. So yeah, I will come to that point again. Just to give high level, this is HTML5. CSS is applying colors like spaces, and the things needs to be applied to the HTML. And Bootstrap 5 is also a CSS, but this is already built in CSS. The styles are already defined by Bootstrap. You just need to mention class name to your HTML elements. Okay, so now I'm going to demo the HTML file. So what we need to do is, for running that HTML, so the good tool for building your websites is VS Code, Visual Studio Code. You need to go to your browser, Visual Studio Code, download. Just open that and click on the download Visual Studio Code, and just select your Windows version if you're using Windows, and also select if you're using if your computer is 64-bit or 32-bit. Okay, yeah, that is I installed that VS Code. After installing it, I've got this I got this screen. Okay, yeah, so now what I'm going to do, I am going to create a new file. Go on file, new file, and paste your first HTML, paste it, and save as, Control S, and select in your desktop. Now you could put it in your desktop, demo HTML. And remember, you need to mention demo page example dot HTML, because this extension is mandatory. We need to define dot HTML. Okay, just click on it, .html, and minimize your screen and go to your demo page HTML. Just right click on it and open with browser Chrome. That's it. So you see here the page title. So I'll just walk you through what I did, right? In VS Code. So I mentioned title as page title. Where this title is coming up? Here on the browser tab on the first. Okay. So this page title is nothing but what we declared in the title. So if you want to change it, my page title example, right? If I save, change it, control save and go to your Chrome page and again refresh. That's it. So see, now the page title was changed to my page title. Yeah. So as I said, there are 3 sections inside HTML: head, body, and footer, right? Here, and footer. To inspect, right? Yeah, I will come to that later. Yeah. So head, body, and title. These are the 3 sections for every page, right? Yeah. So so as I said, I discussed about the title. Now I'm going to discuss on the body. So the body is where you put your own elements. We don't put your custom elements in the head, right? You just put everything. Like if you want to put input element, enter username, enter password, everything needs to be added into the inside the body. Okay. So there are some HTML tags, right? So H1 means heading 1. So it's inbuilt tag by HTML. H1 means my first heading, big size. So if I change it to H2, it will be little less size, the second size. See, the size decreased. And if there are until H5, I guess, yeah, H5. Refresh, see, it's good. And if you want to apply your CSS, like if you want to dynamically change in your browser, you just right click on the page, inspect, which will open this tab for you. So this is HTML tab and this is a style part where you need to apply your colors, right? So now if I want to change, if you want to try what it is coming out without applying changes here, you can just inspect it and click on this element and just select what element you want to change. Example, I want to change footer. If I select here, the focus automatically goes here. If I want to change it to second paragraph, see the focus automatically went here. And now if I click this and change the, sorry, don't worry about styles now. I'll just change this. You can dynamically change by double clicking on this P and see if you change it to S3, it automatically changes. Yeah, but you might think if I change here, why is it not changing here? Because this is just to see in the HTML. So if you change here, it doesn't mean that it will get saved here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, if you refresh again, it will go back to P tag. See, it went back to P tag. This proves this change doesn't apply to this page. This is only for checking purpose you do in here. Example, right? So now this is for the first heading. I mean, this basic template, right? So now I'm going to explain on CSS. So I'll come back to table inputs and everything on the other in the bootstrap section. But here I'm just explaining you where do you apply styles. Just repage, and also I'll also put this document to the YouTube link so that you can also play around with this data, but don't copy paste. You just try to write your own HTMLs, okay, for learning purpose. Yeah. So as I said, there are 3 sections: head, body, and footer, right? So I'm not having footer here. It's optional, right? You could have or you may not have, right? So what I need to do is in the head section, in the head, heading. Yeah. In the head section, we declare styles, right? So as we said, head, body, and footer. If you want to change this element's colors, you add that style tag here and don't worry about it now. So I'll just mention style tag, open close, open style tag and close style tag. Inside the style tag, I need to apply this colors, right? So here we have three elements, right? Inside the body, H1, P, P, correct? So I want to change the body color to sky blue, right? So then I'll mention, so there are some rules to apply styles here. You see, applying for, if you want to declare the tag name here, you might think, how do I apply the body color, right? So if, what is body here? HTML tag, right? Body tag. So for direct tags, you specify the tag name directly specify the tag name in styles or CSS. What I mean is, since here we are discussing about body, I can, since this is, since I want to apply the color to the body tag, I'm saying directly specify tag name. So that's why I'm mentioning directly tag name body. And I'm saying open close curly brackets, background color to powered blue, or you can just change it to sky blue example. And then I want to apply for H1 tags color. Same. I need to declare H1 color, H1 tag, and I'm just saying color, text color. So the color and background color are different, right? So background color means the text behind what is the color, right? And color means text color, font color, example, text. If there is a H1 tag inside, you're applying the color to blue, right? And so to apply, what is the next rule? For applying the class, you need to specify the class name. So here I declared class equal to my CSS body. I specified my custom CSS, right? I'm not directly applying to p tag. Instead, I'm applying color to the class name. Okay, so that my CSS body, right? My CSS body. See, my CSS body I declared here. I'm saying color equal to red. So that means H1 tag is having directly to apply to the H tag name. Here I'm applying the color to the class name. And here I'm applying the, this is specifying by class name. So for class name, we need to declare with dot before the class name. Okay, for if there is also another p tag, which I don't have class, but I have an ID, second pair. I want to apply class to the p tag of that ID, not for all p tags. I just want to apply for that ID within that p tag. So what I need to do, there are some rules, right? For ID, you need to specify hash from the beginning. For class, you need to specify dot before your name, right? See here, that's why I mentioned for ID, you need to specify hash followed by ID. And for class, you specify dot with class. Okay. Now I'm going to save this file and go to Chrome browser, just refresh. See the body color, you can inspect, you see what's happening here. So I applied, there's a style tag, which is in my, this part, right? So what I said, if you click on the, yeah, we give the body background color to, see, you can see on the right side, the style section, the body, let's change to sky blue. If you want to change it here, you can also change it to, see, you can change it to white if you want, something like that, right? But if you change here, it doesn't apply to here. As I said, this is only for checking purpose. If you refresh, it will go back to sky blue. You see? And if you want to inspect specifically for that, just click on this top icon and click on first heading, which will get highlighted, right? And if you want to see body, yeah. So what we did in the styles part, for H1 tag, we did color blue. See the color, my first heading applied as color blue. Yeah. For B, what we did, my CSS body, right? My CSS body we specified with dot. So we specified color, right? So if you over here, we got the color red on the right. We can change also to whatever we want, purple, right? Example. And we applied p tag for ID as second para, and we have color orange. You can change it to red, example, something like that. You got it? This is how you apply styles to your HTML. Class means dot, ID means hash. Yeah, this is how, these are the styling rules, right? So as I demoed this part just now, so now we'll go back to Bootstrap. So what is Bootstrap? As I said, it's a materialized CSS. We don't need to, so what we did here, we specified body as color, my CSS body as color red, right? So for Bootstrap, we don't need to declare that. It has inbuilt colors, there are already defined, and there are some body colors, and if you want to specify and space, everything is handled by Bootstrap. What is Bootstrap? Bootstrap is a free front-end framework or faster and easier web development. Bootstrap includes HTML and CSS based design templates for typography. So as I said, the templates are already defined. You don't need to write your custom CSS like I showed in the before. And this Bootstrap supports for HTML, like tables, buttons, inputs, labels, text, everything. So yeah, so steps to run the first Bootstrap page. So I did put a link to go to official website and just right click, open hyperlink. Yeah, this is the official website for Bootstrap, and the Bootstrap latest is Bootstrap 5.0. So that's why I mentioned Bootstrap 5. So there are some older versions as well, but 5 is latest and it supports by all browsers now. And so if you scroll down, there is a starter template. Okay, and this Bootstrap documentation has everything which is inside. If you scroll, if you expand this component section here, they have inbuilt everything like components, like what HTML we need to use, what tables, example I can show you, inputs, right, like cards, buttons. Let's see, these are inbuilt buttons, right? So what we did in our CSS, we declared our custom CSS for applying that colors, right? So but in Bootstrap they have their own defined. So button primary, button primary means the primary will be blue, the secondary means the gray color. So button success means gray color, success. If we just copy this and put it in our HTML CSS here, that's it will take care of it. But for doing that, then we need to do some steps to install Bootstrap to our HTML. But I'm just saying an example, right? So if you see, there are different types of buttons, like link, warning is yellow color, light means sky blue, light dark, right? These are the different colors, right? So you can also look at the cards, like nowadays this system is popular now, the card system, like showing this light border, and inside that you put text. There are drop downs also. Like if you click, you don't need to write your custom CSS for it. You just specify class equal to drop down, that will take care of itself to open the list and everything. So that's why no one uses like regular HTML nowadays. Everyone is going with CSS Bootstrap, or there are different types of CSS. So we are describing here on Bootstrap. This is more for popular CSS used by all organizations. So there are some other CSS materials, CSS like PrimeNG, and there are some Angular material, and there are some different types of materialized CSS for it. And you have models also, like clicking on it will open a new, like see, if I click, there is a button, if I click on it, it will open these kind of things. This is also inbuilt by Bootstrap. You don't need to write your own things. This makes us life easier and saves a lot of time to open the pages and stuff, right? So, and also there are forms, right? If you see, click on expand on forms, the form controls, you have input, text box, everything like styled. They have their own. You can, if you want to apply to your project, just copy this line and put it in your project. That's it. And if you want to make it disable, these kind of things, I'll demo each and every component. I'll have that noted also. And layout, right? These are layouts, like how many columns per page, like these things are available in this documentation. So now we'll get started with template steps to run that, right? So I documented here steps to run first Bootstrap page. Copy the starter template and paste it in our notepad file. You can do it in notepad file, or you want to do it in your Visual VS Code. that is up to you, but I recommend VS Code because it gives you IntelliSense while you're typing, you know. Yeah, copy the starter template. The starter template is here. I highlighted it. You can see here. Click on copy, go to your official website, scroll down on the introduction part and just click on copy and put it on your Bootstrap page. We'll apply to your own the same HTML which we did in the previous session, demo page.html, and this is inside on my desktop, right? Example. So now click on your tab and just do the hello world. So this is your first startup project on your Bootstrap. So, and now I'm going to discuss on the grid. So grid means, so here, see, right? Hello world. I want 2 rows. So the grids. Oh yeah, that's a good question. Someone is asking. We don't need to install, way to install that. So the starter template has that Bootstrap. So we don't need to install in our system. When you put your link href here in the head section, automatically what it is doing is it is going to your internet and getting that CSS.
But every time we have to write that link.
If not every time, once you put it in the head, that's it, right? Yeah.
In every head means every.
In every page, yeah. In every page, we need to do that. Yeah. So there are some ways to install Bootstrap to your project also. But if you are using Angular or React, we do npm install. That if you want to install also, what they do is they can go to this site and download the CDN and store it in your local and point reference that to your project. If you see, I copied from here, right? Copy that from here. See, so this is a Bootstrap CSS file which they wrote. If you want to save it in your system, you need to download this file. You need to download this file and reference that. Instead of putting HTTP URL, you reference that from your project. That's it. Okay. Yeah, so we don't need to install it, and we are using CDN. This is called CDN. They call it as CDN, Content Delivery Network. So if that CSS is already hosted in some website, some path, you're just referencing that HTTP URL to your link, and that CSS applies to your components automatically. So that's why we don't need to install Bootstrap. So if you reference that in link tag, that's it. Yeah. So now in grid, right? There are rows and columns. If you see there, if the grid size by default is 12, the column size of column is 12. So for each row, they have the Bootstrap defined it as 12. So it's up to you how you want to split until that 12. So let's say there are 4. You can only apply 3. What if you want to apply 4 tags, four elements? How do you do that? Like
12 by 4, 3.
Yes, correct. 12. If I want to only put 3 elements, how do you define? Like if in a row, I want to see 3 elements to be fit in 12.
Yeah, 4 size.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is, so what I'm in my scenario, I want to do this. For first row, I want 3 columns. Row 1, column 1, row 1, column 2, row 1, column 3.
Row means this one.
Yeah, row means horizontal. Row means horizontal and column means vertical. So first row, column 1, column 2, column 3. And in the second row, I want column 1, column 2, column 3.
3 rows, 2 rows, 3 columns.
Yes. So I'm going to copy this template. It's not template, it's provided by Bootstrap. And I also customized it. And if you want to format your code, just Shift Alt F. Shift Alt, if you need to click on Shift Alt and F at both three keyboard, what do you call it? 3 keys at a time. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, if you want to format it, You just press 3 keys at a time, which will format it. So here it's the same template which we copied from Bootstrap, right? So only thing is changed is here in the body. So this is a container fluid. That means you're adding all components in the container. So the container, you just assume that they have a padding applied to left and right in the body. I'll show you. And so what is that? In a row, I want 3 columns. Oh, div means it's a HTML. Yeah, div, it's a block. So you're grouping all your nested elements into one div. Div tag means it's a divider block. Div means divider block. You're just declaring the.
It's like one class.
No, it's an HTML tag kind of thing, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And
It's a block. Inside the block, you are applying nested elements. So, and again, you're declaring one more div here. That means in inside nested block, again, you're grouping something else, right? So that is a div. Div is an HTML tag, which is a divider block, which can combine all your nested elements in one container, one block. You can have nested divs also inside the div block. Okay. So this is a div, and we are giving container fluid. This container fluid is defined by Bootstrap CSS. So it will apply padding to, on the left and right. I'll show you. And div class equal to row. So I said, right, in the first row, I want 3 columns. And in the second row, I want 3 columns. What we need to do? Div class equal to row. And I'm giving div class equal to call for. Call means column. Row means row. So if you apply row, if you call define class row, that's it. Bootstrap will take care of putting that in one row. Okay. So we don't need to define in our style tag, which we discussed before, right? In the style tag, we added our own class CSS, right? So just forget about this. Yeah. So in the div class equal to row, we are making 3 elements, right? I said I want 3 columns to be divided in a row. So as I said, in a row there are 12 columns, right? So if I'm giving 3 rows, if I'm giving three elements, I need to make it 12 divided by 3, which is 4, right? So that's why I give call for here and call for. If you want this to be 2 and this can be 6, example, right? And if you want this, if you want only 2 elements like 6 and 6, example, right? Yeah. In the same, in second row, call for. I'm just giving row 2 as a text inside this div block. Okay. If I click save.
okay, how many days we can give, but class name something is different, right?
Yeah, class name is different. So here I applied the sky blue color, but I'll just comment out. Yeah, if you want to comment this, right, just select and just click control slash for commenting the lines. Yeah. So see, this is pure Bootstrap CSS. We did not apply our custom styles, right? So in the first row, it got 3 columns. If you inspect it, right? So in the first row, you have these row 1. If you click on this div, right, you will see where that div block is. Div row column 1, this is this row column 1, and row column 2 is this, and row column 3 is this. So, and if I want to expand if you hover on this class row, expand it, just click on this row column 2. This is how you define, right? So if you want to apply the second row, the first column as 8, tell me what the other column should be.
4, 2.
Correct. See, if you are giving exceeded with 12, it will go to the next row automatically. Bootstrap will take care of. Yeah, you can see that, right here. Since the div size is, the row size is 12, if you calculate this 8 plus 4 plus 16, right? 12 plus 4, 16. So what it is happening is The remaining 4 is next row. So as I said, if I give this 2, automatically this should also give 2, correct? See, yeah, this is how the rows and columns in the Bootstrap. So this is the vertical, horizontal alignment, right? The horizontal, you are making in a row base and adding columns, table, right? So now I want to apply for vertically. So this way, vertical alignment. Sorry, vertical alignment. Here, what I'm going to do is I have 3 rows, row 1, column 1, row 1, column 2, row 1, column 3, row 2, column 1, row 2, column 3, and similarly row 3, row 4, correct? So what I'm going to do is I'll give a height to that div, and I want all columns in a row to be on the very top of the div. And second row, I want all the elements in the second row to be in the center alignment. If you see this block, the second row, this border, the top red is this whole div, right? So you are giving all columns on the very top, the top alignment, right? And in the second div, I want all the columns to be on the center alignment. See, all divs. So this is the div, right? The space. All columns in the second. And in the third row, I want all the columns on the bottom. You see what I'm saying? You got it, right? In the bottom. And the fourth row, I want the first column on the top and second column on the center and the third column on the bottom. So I will explain now how we write the code for that. Yeah. To make vertical alignment, first rule is we need to give a height to the div. So we give a height to the div by height. So first rule is give a height to that row for each row, so that the alignment will take care of it automatically. So in the row, so what it is, since this row is already defined by Bootstrap, right? So I'm overriding by putting that class name here, row. Okay, I'm using the same row, div class equal to row, right? I'm using the same row here and giving the height to 100 pixel and background color as aqua, and I'm giving the border just to see where that div is aligned, right? Just to represent for you. And what I'm doing is for call for, I'm giving the borders. This is not necessary in the column for. Why I gave is just to show you where each column is located. Okay, so to apply the border, you give border space and you give the pixel and solid, mention the solid. That means it's a syntax to give the border. Actually, you need to note it down, 1 pixel solid color space. And for height, you just give height colon the pixel, the background color and the border. Okay. So here what we did is we only changed the style part here. Here the remaining part remains same, just the style part we added. We did through declare row and we added the custom CSS. We are just overriding the Bootstrap class. We are not, if you want to add your own CSS, you just put your own my row, my custom row, example, my row. Okay, you copy it to all your divs. So if you don't want to override the Bootstrap row, you just write your own. That's it. You got it? Yeah. So now if I refresh, so oh yeah, I have to explain now. So as I said in my example, the first row, all columns to be on the tops. In the second row, I want all columns to be in the center. And third row, all columns in the bottom. Fourth row, first one on the start, center, bottom. Right? How this can be achieved is, so as I said, div class equal to row, aligns item start is the Bootstrap inbuilt defined function. So if you say the parent div that align all my nested elements on the top, on the start, that means it will align all your items on the top. Okay. This is inbuilt CSS. We don't need to write our custom CSS, right? So this is defined by Bootstrap. So my row is our custom defined, but row and align item start are defined by Bootstrap. Okay. So align item start means aligns all columns on the top. Align item center means middle. Align items end means bottom. Okay. And in the fourth row, it's different than before. What we need to do is we don't need to mention on the parent class div. Instead, we need to define each element. What in our scenario, what we want? In the fourth row, first column, first column on the start, second column on the middle, and third column on the bottom, right? So to achieve that, instead of align items, we define align self. Self means apply only to that column. Don't apply for whole div. Align self means just apply for single element. Align items means items, if you see in the items, it's a plural, right? Items means all elements, correct? So you're saying first column self start, second column center, third column end. So this is how it is located, right? So if I click save, refresh, yeah, you can see here. The first row on the top, second row on the middle, third row on the bottom, first row on the top, middle, and bottom. Is this clear? Any questions? And you can also inspect like how the Bootstrap added that CSS, right? So if you click on align item start, see this is inbuilt CSS written by Bootstrap. We did not define in our style section. The align item start is what they did. Align items, this is a Bootstrap CSS, flex start. We can also do this without the Bootstrap, but we should use Bootstrap for more usability. Okay. Flex start, they applied, that's why on the top. Okay. And if you inspect it in the second row, it's see what's align item center, right? Yeah, see align item center is having align item center. Clear? And similarly for align items end. See, this is applied by Bootstrap. We did not write this. Okay, we just need to declare that CSS name in the class in our div. Okay, it's clear, right? Yeah, this was about vertical alignment. Now we are going to discuss on the horizontal. I'll show you what I'm going to achieve. So this is, see here, I want first row column to be on the start. All columns. In the first row, all columns to be on the left alignment. In the second row, I want all div elements to be on the center line. Okay, this is horizontal alignment, right? We discussed on the vertical alignments, like the top vertical alignment. And if you see on the y-axis, right? This is x-axis alignments. You are moving all your div elements left, right, middle. That's it. In the vertical, what we did? Top, bottom, left. Here, left, says left, middle, right. Example, right? Yeah. In the first row, all start. In the second row, all middle. In third row, all end. In the fourth row, there is around. There is also around called give space around. Give space to each development, right? And between, the fifth row is between. Give space between all my developments. Give equal space between all developments. So what it will do is, since we know the row size is 12, the column size 12 for row, when you give space between, automatically the Bootstrap will take care of aligning all those items in the horizontal, gives the equal space between those two and evenly. So that means give the size, like distribute that the horizontal alignment equally. Okay. Yeah. So this is about the horizontal alignment. See how we achieve that. So what we did in before, align item start for vertical. For horizontal, what we need to do, justify content start. For just remember, for horizontal, justify content. For vertical, align items. That's it. So we are giving, in the first column, what we are doing, aligning all the items to the start left, right? So this is why justify content start. In the second row, what we're doing, center, right? We want all items to be centered. So that's why we give center, row 2, column 1 center. Just mention justify content center. That's the main difference. And if you want to put all your items to the end, justify content end. See, justify content end, third row. And for fourth row, fourth row, justify content around, giving equal space, giving the space between those two elements, right? You might ask, since we are using, since the column size is 12, why we give only column 4, 4? I want the third column to be empty. That's why I didn't give that space for that. Okay, justify content around, giving the space around those two div elements, and between means between those two div elements. Around means outside that div elements. Between means give the space between the div elements, right? Evenly means distribute even size. Don't give space around or between, but distribute that equal. Okay, this is clear, right? Yeah. And moving on to buttons. The grid section is very important in your real time, so make sure you understand that. Yeah. And in the button section, yeah, and also forgot to mention the container, right? You asked what is container. So for this container fluid, right, it gives the space. If you see the light green part on the left, right? So there are two things. Container means giving large width between that. See here, the orange color is the gap, the padding which was applied. Padding means giving some white space just before your elements start, right? This is the orange color on the left, right. You can see it's a space given for the whole div, parent div. The container and container fluid gives little less, if you see light green, the light green padding applied to the text. Container gives bigger space, container fluid gives less text. Okay. And moving on to buttons, right? So yeah, so these are the different types of buttons which Bootstrap provides. Primary means this, secondary, success, danger, for different scenarios, right? If you want to displace after your success scenario, you mention success. If it is failed, you mention danger. If it is an alert, you just mention warning. So info means some information if you want. It's up to you, whichever button you want. Yeah, if you want danger to be used, you just use this. So, and Bootstrap provides you the CSS for BTN space button hyphen danger. So that is the syntax to use the button colors. Okay. Yeah. So from this section, I'm not going to paste every Bootstrap. You just need to copy the container and replace. So just collapse this container and clear this and just paste. Just replace that container with this container. I'm not from this section. I'm not going to copy every HTML. Okay. So you just need to replace this container with this container. That's it. Okay. In the previous example, what we did, rows and columns, right? So now we are adding that buttons inside the CSS. So if you see, if you hover on the button, automatically the hand icon came up, the cursor, the icon change, the cursor changed from pointer to hover link. That is because the button CSS applied to this button. See, and if you hover, there are some default things coming up, right? So button primary. So in the button class for the first button, right? You have but btn space button primary, button primary. So if you see what happens if you remove button primary, see the CSS which was applied, color coding was gone, right? And now see what happens if you remove just button. See the difference between this and this. The border, the circle radius is gone. Few things were gone, right? See, I did Control Z, automatically came back. Yeah, okay, this is for secondary, and you can see the color applied to the secondary and success. Green color applied, right? Yeah. Okay, we will move on. This is for different types of buttons. Now I'm going to demo on button group. So if you want, in the single button, if you want to define three text, right? This is defined by Bootstrap again. Just copy this, copy the container also, just replace this div to this div. See, in the same button, there are three texts. So this is called button group. Button danger, middle, you know. Inside the button, we are giving three different texts. It's awesome, right? Yeah, it's hard for us to build that kind of buttons, but Bootstrap made our life easier, right? So list group. List means what? List of all your text, right? In HTML, you have, in regular HTML, you have UL, LI, right? Yeah, it's a list, on order list. There are some order list and order list. Order list is numbered one, right? Unordered is bullet. So what we'll do? It's an output of this, right? This code is nothing but this. The first item is this, second item is this, third item, fourth item. So it's serial. This is CSS is defined by Bootstrap. You just need to see. This is in a box now, and each box has separated by line. What if you remove the Bootstrap CSS? Just remove the class. See, and we'll also remove the list group for each one. This comes into the pure HTML. This is pure HTML. If you remove it, see, this is a pure HTML, but as I'm doing Control Z now, this is by Bootstrap, right? This is the difference. So now drop down. So drop down is nothing but when you click on the button, I'm displaying these three things, right? If you want to write in your plain HTML, that's painful actually. It's very painful. So saving it. So we have a button now, and clicking on it will open three items inside the drop down, right? Button drop down. This is called button drop down. So the syntax is class equal to drop down, and we are defining the button. And when we click on the button, there is a data BS toggle. So it's a attribute given by Bootstrap. If you click on it, this yeah, we need to define the ID actually, ID and these two things. When we give ID, this ID, this ID, and this ID should match. These two things should match to make this list to be triggered. Okay, if you don't give the ID matched, this will not open. Yeah, drop down will not open. Yeah, we'll test, right? We'll change this to 2 and we'll see. If you see, the text is different. Oh, is it same? Yeah. Oh, how come it came there? Drop down menu. Oh, since this is inside the oh. Yeah, something maybe because we did put an order list inside the same class, that's why it came up, I guess. Yeah, so we'll switch back to normal. Okay, yeah, so we have this list populated. Yeah, next section, which is navbar. Navbar is nothing but, see here, see, in your home page you want like these three router buttons like home, about, contact us kind of things, right? So this navbar automatically gives you all these things. I mean, not all these things, just navbar class will have all these things. We can also customize that navbar to include whatever we want, right? Sorry, I'm copying the wrong one. Copy this, paste it in your div class container. Yeah, so what has happened in the div class, we have a nav. This is a nav HTML given by Bootstrap, I guess. Yeah, not Bootstrap, it's a nav HTML tag. In the class, we have defined navbar space navbar expand, and we're giving this background light color. So this is a background light color CSS, which is given by Bootstrap again, and navbar light and expand these kind of. Now we are giving a size of navbar expand, and we are giving navbar as a brand. So the brand means brand means this one, navbar. So if you see, this is the Bootstrap has a smarter way of the navbar also. Since we are minimizing the screen, right? This view is like that. See the now see the magic. See, when you have a larger page, these 4 icons will be in the navbar. When you minimize this section, this will be in this dropdown. See, this is the magic of the Bootstrap CSS, right? So then a brand, as I said, brand is nothing but this one. So brand is nothing but navbar, and the button collapse, right? So button is this one. And inside the list, the navbar collapse, right? We have all these part, right? So we have home. Home is nothing but this one. And link, we just refine in the unordered list and give each list item as a tab. Okay, home means home. First list item is home, second list item is link, and third list item has drop down again. Inside the drop down, again we have in a drop down. Right, in the navbar there is also a button. If you click on the button, we have some more options, right? This is this, and disabled list item. So this is disabled, it doesn't, we won't be able to click. I mean, just giving different types of options available in the navbar, right? And you have a search. This search is nothing but this one, input class equal to form control, and they have the search, and they have a button inside the search, which is this one. Okay, so this is the navbar. Now displaying the accordion. So accordion means, so you have 3 cards here, right? If you click on this will expand. If you click on this will get collapsed, and this will get expanded. You got it? So I'll show you. I copied holes here, whole HTML here for your reference. So here, inside the container, we have to define div class equal to accordion. And in the accordion section, you need to define accordion item for each item, right? So first item is accordion item 1. Second item is accordion item 2. Third item is accordion item 3. Okay, so it has a lot of options here, right? Accordion header. This is for accordion header for each item. So I'll show you. See, this is the header, right? If you click on this will get collapsed. If you click on this, and if you click on the third one, second one will get collapsed, and third one will get up. So this is defined by Bootstrap. We don't need to write our own, right? So, and to do that, as I said, since we have three options here, three items here. We have three accordion items declared. If you want one more, add this, copy that, then name it as 4. See, fourth one got added. Okay, so inside that each item we have a header. This header is nothing but this one. So if you click on this, there are some toggles happens. So this collapse one should match with this div. Yeah, this collapse one and this collapse one and should match. That's where this get opened. Similarly, collapse 2 and collapse 2. Okay. And we can now define our own in the accordion body. There in the accordion section, we have accordion item. Inside each item, we have accordion header and we have accordion body also, right? In the accordion body, we can define our own, right? We can just remove this and add your own. But these should remain same. You can rename this text to whatever you want, but you cannot change these things. Okay. Yeah, this is about accordion. So the badge, right? Inside the button, you want the number of count. Like count 2, count 3. You might get some scenarios like how many are available, how many are disabled, how many are activated, kind of things, right? So you just you just copy this and replace with the container. See button 9. So you might write some JavaScript to display 9 with some 11, right? So if you click change it to 11 and refresh, you see 11. So this button remains same, but the number, if you want to change, you might get some scenario, right? The counts available, yeah, notifications, or like how many are available, how many are disabled, kind of things. Yeah, this is table. So this is more popular way of writing it. So if you see, this table has tiled with the alternate row is having gray color, right? Yeah. So to do that, you just copy. As we know, table has t head. In t head, we define the columns. So if the table has t head means columns, t body means rows, tr, 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 tr. For each row, the first column is 1, second column is mark, auto, and MDO example, right? The first name is mark, last name is auto, handle means this one. So for each row, we are giving 3 rows. If you add, yeah, I'll just save. See this table, right? So if I remove the CSS for table, so here the bootstrap table got applied, right? If I remove, so this is a regular plain HTML, which doesn't look good, right? So there are different types of bootstrap CSS: table striped, table bordered. See, these kind of borders applies to CSS. You can refer the documentation also. Inside the content, there are table section, and you have different types of examples, like here, right? You want table class. Table primary. This assume, let's apply this table primary. See, the color change to blue. Yeah, if you again change it to secondary, good.
Their table is there.
See now, yeah, these are different types, right? So you can also apply some striped rows, right? Table stripe. I just applied that table stripe in the first demo. So, and if you want dark theme to be applied, you can just refer this documentation. and just apply your own. See, this looks clean, I guess. Right? These are the things, right? The hover rows. If you want to apply like gray color when you hover on each row, you just apply this table hover. See, clear? Yeah, these are different types, right? So moving on to next topic, forms. So I want these clean form inputs like enter input, enter password, submit when I click submit, right? These kind of things. So this doesn't interact with JavaScript. It's only HTML and CSS. Okay. See, now I have see how it's cleanly, like if you click on it, the blue border is applied, and you can have this enter username, email ID, password. And if you type password, it will be on dots, the email ID, submit buttons, check me out, checkbox, right? So if you don't use the Bootstrap, what's class equal to form control? See, this is regular input. When you use class equal to form control, it comes into the cleanly. See, to do that, we need to declare the form on the top, and MV3 means margin bottom. Okay, margin. I'll come to that margin bottom later, but just for label inputs, right? So label is email address. Label tag means defining some text. Label tag means defining some text for your form control. Email address is a label here, if you see. And input type equal to email. So type equal to text is normal thing. Actually, type equal to email is HTML5, which will allow you to save user ID password in future, right? Yeah. So an email help is the shorter form text. Actually, it's a form text which will apply under the text box. This is happening here. We will never share your email. If you don't want, you can remove that. Okay. For password, similarly, label equal to password, type equal to password now here. If you want type equal to text, you can use just plain text. Type equal to password means type equal to password. Yeah. Type equal to button is also possible. So here we have a checkbox. Input type equal to checkbox. So the difference between these two is just the type equal to password, type equal to checkbox. Okay. Checkbox means checkbox. Radio button means radio. Type equal to radio. Yeah. Button, we have button. Okay. This is about the forms. Text box, which I just demoed you. Input class equal to text, type equal to text, as I told you, right? If you want the larger text, you can just give form control and hyphen large, which is this one. And if you want a regular size, there's the second one. If you want smaller text, you just give this one. There's the difference. And if you want to disable any input, you just make disabled here. That's it. You just copy the same line, type equal to text, and at the bottom, at the end, just give disabled done. That's it. It will, you won't be, if I, yeah, I'll demo this. If you copy this, see, this input is not clickable and you won't be able to type anything. That means it's a disabled. Clear? Checkbox is same. Input type equal to checkbox. And we have declared the label, check me out. Okay. And this is card. This is very important in your real-time projects. So you see, I'm giving a little card. Card means just think like a credit card or debit card example. Debit card size, example. It's not in real time, it's not like debit card size. Just think like a card, some big card, right? In the card, you have header, body, and footer. Okay. So in header, I'm declaring I'm card header. In the body, in the card body, I'm declaring some inputs, ID, password, submit button. And in the footer, I'm just declaring my footer. That's it, right? So I'll copy this one. See what I'm saying? Div class equal to card. Just like a HTML tag, right? HTML has head, body, footer. Same. This applies to this. Div class equal to card, card header, card body, card footer, right? So in the card header, see in the card header, I'm declaring this one. The footer has this one. Inside the body, I declared my own user ID inputs, which I demoed in the beginning, right? You clear, right? Yeah. The spinners. See, these are loaders actually. After these are given by the Bootstrap, smarter way of spinners. Spinners are nothing but loading indicators. So there are different types of spinners, primary, secondary. You just need to mention div class equal to spinner border. Just define spinner border and give the color to it. That's it. So if I click save, see this? Each spinner is having different color. You can use whatever spinner color you want, and you can write your custom CSS to you can give height, width, and see, you can give height, width, and stuff to it of the spinners, right? These are spinners, and for width, right? If there are some div blocks, so there are here I have 5 div blocks, right? The first div I want to give the width is 100% for any HTML. So if you want to give specific width size, you can give 25%, 50%, 75%, whatever you want, right? So insert the container, I'm pasting it. And to format it, as I said, Shift Alt F, which will format, right? So here I have specified W-25, which means with 25%. W-50 means 50%. 75 means 100. 75 means 75. Auto means automatically it will take whatever the size is applicable. I mean, whatever the size is available. Say with 25%, right? So if I want to change it to 5%. Oh, there is no, we cannot change those. We have predefined 25, 50, 75, 100. Okay. If you want to write your own, you just remove this, my width 25 example, right? Example, I am writing my own. So I'll go to style and dot width 25%. Okay. So now the first one will give, I'll give my width to 5. Okay, 5%. 5. I'm saving it. See, the width got 5% now. My width 5 is having 5%. Clear? This is how you apply custom CSS. Okay. And height. Similarly, like how we have width, we also have for height 25, 50, 75. Just remove this. Paste it inside the container like we did before. Yep. See, now we have div height set. We have 100 pixel defined height. Okay. And within that height, we are giving percentage. Height 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%. Okay. Clear? And padding. So padding means giving space between the box. Okay, so if you want to apply your, so there are different types of paddings: padding left, padding top, padding right, padding bottom. So this means give space left inside your box. Box means div element. Just assume div element. Okay, PL1, padding left 1. So we can also give padding left 4, 5, 6, anything. Okay, and padding top gives padding on top of your text, gives the white space. Giving space is nothing but giving white space. Okay, giving white space inside your div block. Okay, and padding top, padding top, PT, padding top. PR means padding right. Okay, TB means padding bottom, giving the white space bottom of your box. So similarly, margin. Margin means it doesn't care about your inside space. It will apply the space outside also. Generally, people don't use margin because it it will block your responsiveness. Like let's say you open your application in your browser, and if you apply margins, right, too many margins, and if you open in your mobile applications, it will be having overlap, one element on top of one element if you use. So similarly, margin also has margin left, margin top, margin right, margin bottom. Okay, so I'll explain way to apply that. See, with the same example, what I will do, I'll use first one, right? So it has PL. I'll apply PL padding left of 5. Where it is?